biggest things too is, first, I mean, even if he doesn't, like sail to first, second, third, or whatever, him being able to break the curse is just like that's just the start. Yeah. I mean, he's already had a phenomenal year just throughout like the last few tournaments he's been. Tweek has been, stepping up. He's either been first or second, like for the last few things he's been at, and like we, as Tweek fans, we love that. But also just from a player standpoint of watching someone's mental like go from where it was like a little shaky to being as solid as it is now. Love to see that too.
Oh, absolutely. Look at him, man. Look
we getting into it? Let's go, let's go, crowd.
Let's go.
Chat.
It's time. It's time.
Game 1, Ultimate kicking off. I'm with this. And the Seph is out to play. Not surprised to see this, guys. We know for a fact Wario can be pretty stubby, right? Pretty stubby character. So you put a long-range sword like that in Sephiroth, and a player like Tweek's caliber could be a long day at the office for Glutonny.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even with stubby or not, I mean, like, you do have the way that Gluto can definitely get in there. Once he does get in, he's able to find a lot of damage. So there's something Tweek is going to have to play on 100 as far as range almost all the entirety of this game. But let's see if he's able to do that. I'm not the biggest Seph fan, but he definitely proved me wrong. It's main stage, so I'm going to give it some faith. I'm going to give it some faith this time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this Seph has been doing a lot of big things here. But again, look at Gluto. Gluto is no stranger to dealing with characters who outrange him, right? Going to be maneuvering around, utilizing that drift to get in and get those whiff punches and start it here. Of course, he has Battlefield as well, so he can get some additional damage from that bear. Hit him on the other side of the stage, and we're looking for a potential kill.
Yeah, a little surprised. I mean, he caught Gluto DI holding in on that DI as well, but almost actually lost him that man at his stock. So he is going to keep it going. But who's going to get the stock first? It almost was Gluto with the down tilt dash attack, just not enough yet. But he's got the pressure on to Tweek, who's now trying to find his way back to the stage.
Still have another jump. No, the slash is not good enough to make it back to the ledge here. And one of the big reasons why Tweek opting to go with the Sephiroth here, characters like Diddy Kong not going to really be a fan of characters like Wario, like Mario, that can use their air drift, get combo started against that brawler type like Diddy Kong, right? So trying to bring out the sword here, but Gluto making quick work, already 56, now 64%, and wow. Going to be the second stock. My goodness, Gluto is cooking.
As soon as you said quick work, man, he delivered that WAF confirmed right on cue. A solid 2-stock lead for Gluto, really even kind of threatening perhaps a 3-stock the way he's actually just handling Tweek right now, who's just looking completely lost. And it's such a difficult position to be in. I mean, you mentioned all the reasons why Diddy Kong might not be the character to go right now, but if the Seph gets handled like this, you can't imagine he's going to be too comfortable sticking with it.
Yeah, I mean, also, that's his best character. We already know that, that Diddy Kong is his best character. So if the Seph doesn't work out, I'll probably be expecting a swap too. I always allude back to the time where he actually went Wario himself to take out Gluto. Yeah. And I know I was like way back in the day, but I talked to Tweek, pretty regularly. He definitely was like, "Hey man, my Wario is always ready."
Hey man, I keep that thing on me.
He keeps that thing on.
Absolutely.
May have to be a thing that he has to bring out though, because it's looking kind of bad. Does find himself a back air. Does take him quite a bit to get that stock. And now at 72, he's only going to have that wing for so long. So
absolutely.
At some point in time, he's going to have to play wingless Seph against probably a Wario with at least a full WAF. Yeah. And that's just not good capital right there.
Yeah, not at all. He's set back here, trying to find an opportunity. Great reversal there from Gluto. Gluto's going to get back, has him on the left side on the stage. And of course, got the bike out. And man, great coverage. A beautiful juggle situation there for himself. And Gluto looks like he just wants to close this one out now.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of right on the doorstep, right? I mean, you look at this percentage, man. You look at the deficit that Tweek is facing. I mean, it's hard to kind of regain your confidence in a situation like this. And you have to play damn near perfect without taking too much more percent at this point. I'm not thinking it's too likely, especially how engaged we're seeing Gluto to be. And Tweek, though, obviously still showing some signs of life. Gonna take a lot more, though.
Okay.
That's big, yep.
Try to check him real quick. I mean, the damage is good, but if he hit the shield, you're going to put somebody on notice as well. But, yeah, I think, honestly, Gluto's just patience around tweaking the standard gameplay that you usually see from Seph, which is like the back air into, like, let me run back F-tilt. He's just been waiting. He's like, I know that's coming. I'm going to wait. Once you F-tilt, I'll come through. And it's been working out quite a bit for him, but Tweek kind of looking like he might be able to make a comeback here. This is a lot of rage and a lot that he has to avoid, seeing that, we almost have, I think we do have full WAF right now. So even if he does get this stock, we're going to worry about what happens on the next one.
Yeah, I mean, for his benefit, I mean, considering how high his percent is, I'm not sure Gluto's going to be able to do any, like, kind of true combo into that, right? Yeah. So it might have to be a raw, but at this point, anything might be enough to get, oh my goodness.
Okay, wait, we're starting something up. No matter what, at this point, I think we're going to see Seph come again for game 2 because he is making this happen.
Yes, it's picking up now. This is not the 2 potential 3-stock we were worried about. This is actually going down to potentially the wire.
Tweek just has to really avoid the down tilt, the straight back airs here. And it won't be that bad. I mean, you don't have the wing, but...
Wait a minute.
It
might be time. Damn!
The dare. Oh, man, that would have been it. The air dodge gets caught. No. Tweek trying to avoid every single KO move, but at the very end, Gluto able to weave in that falling up air, but my goodness, Tweek made him work for it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, what was he cooking? It seemed like a slow roast with the way I was going, right? I mean, it took him a little bit, but he fired that thing up, and it was looking a little delicious at the end. Unfortunately, though, Gluto is going to go ahead and get that W. It took him a little bit, but he eventually found that up air.
It was definitely a 14-hour brisket right there. Yeah. I'm telling you that much. Slow cooked to perfection.
Bring out the smoker.
Why not?
That was, I mean, seriously, not a bad effort at all from Tweek. Really seems like kind of settled in midway through the game, let the nerves kind of dissipate, and then that's when he started playing a little bit more free, more calculated, and really kind of put Gluto on his back foot. The only problem was he was already too far at the deficit, right? That was the only issue. So I do feel like what you said to your point, Bam, probably feeling pretty confident to stick on the Seph at this point, understanding like, okay, I'm going to come in a little bit more, you know, engaged right from the start. Again, the nerve's not going to be a factor. So I give him a good shot to take game number 2 with Seph.
I like being able to see these bands too. Gluto design. I don't really want too much flat ground, so he takes the FD away, takes the Kalos away, and also the PS2. So not leaving Tweek with too many options to really like keep a flat ground area if that's what he want to do. Maybe we see Town and City. Other than that, we're just going to have to see what stage he does decide to pick. But, man, the Sephiroth is back out. I know you guys heard it. So, yeah, and with the way that he's playing near the end, I mean, I was a little worried until we got to the end of that. Like, if you would have talked to me about, like, 3 minutes into that, I'm like, hey, we need to switch.
No way, yeah.
But at the 5-minute mark, I'm kind of, like, with it now, so.
Yeah, and Diddy is really tough, too. Another thing about Wario is that Wario's extremely heavy, and Diddy does struggle against heavier characters like Snake or Wario. That down tilt up smash not going to KO for so long, and then you got to deal with max rage Waff, right? So the sword character is ideal. Tweek making the adjustments here. The Sephiroth is coming back out.
It's actually pretty sick from Gluto. Good positioning and some easy damage to follow and continuing the pressure.
See, I feel like sometimes when I think about like the matchup that we're getting, I understand that you got more places to land here. And also that I can see why Gluto probably wanted an area with some level of platforms. But I'm always afraid of whenever I see a Wario hit one up air anywhere on the stage with platforms. Because I'm just like, all right, bro, you're taking like 80 damage.
The platform extensions.
It's the standing ovation.
Yep,
no matter what.
Ovation,
all you need is one clap.
Encore for sure, but here we go. All right. Man, it's like the damage is kind of developing slow here on both sides, but that's just what you expect to see. When you are playing against Seph, you don't want to just be running into his long, normals.
Yep.
But at the same time, you also don't want to be running just directly into Wario, who can get mad damage off of that. Ends up getting hit with the snap, but doesn't really matter. Still gets the bite as well.
Yeah, Tweek's really gonna have to pick up some damage right now. I mean, he's kind of following the same pace as the last game, right? Like, just not the best start, and already putting yourself so far in the hole, and just like that, I mean, only 26% on Gluto. That is not what I'm sure Tweek was expecting going into game 2.
Yeah, I think I really love the adjustments we saw from Gluto here. Initially, and towards the end of that game 1, we saw that Tweek was starting to overshoot a bit more to punish, punish the weight that we saw from Gluto, right? And get him, because he's always looking for these whiff punishes. This time around, Gluto recognizes that he's being a bit more aggressive, and he's getting a ton of mileage out of it.
Gluto seems like he's always one step ahead on what Tweek wants to do too, man. Tweek drops an F tilt, he jumps over it. Tweek wants to grab, he jumps over it. Tweek wants an aerial. Somehow he decides, I'm going to stay on the ground this time. And he's just looking pretty pristine. When it comes to it, the back air way out there. Yeah, this Seph, I mean, it was cooking the first game, but he has definitely turned that stove off. Like, it's
oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's done, bro.
Man. That's tough, man. Unfortunately for Seph, this is not a fantasy, bro. This ass whooping is real, and it is coming to life in game number 2.
Okay.
Which could be humongous. Okay, maybe we can swing a little bit of momentum here back to Tweek, but Gluto's just been playing so on the money. Exactly why this guy was able to clutch out a tight game 5 against Mars yesterday to get to this position and not letting it go to waste.
All right, that was sick. That's sick. Eat up.
Wait a minute, man. Maybe this is like Tweek says I need a little adversity, bro.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, man? Put himself at the deficit?
I hope so.
If they're going to do that, pick Lucario, man.
Yeah.
Dang, what you doing?
Get it together.
Tweek, please.
It's built in the character.
Yep.
Either way, man, Tweek, can still potentially fight his way back. I mean, he was pretty much in the same situation in the first game as well.
We're going
there's a waft on deck. Okay, man. Yep. Oh, no, he's gone.
Oh, you know what time it is. Welcome to Air France.
Woo!
Dang.
Is he dead, man?
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
On the top platform, too. Got the reset after the up throw. Man, Gluto really optimizing all these situations and getting these soft resets. How much time did Tweek even get to play with the wing?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit on the first stock, second and third, no wing allowed, and that's what's so hard about playing with Sephiroth. You're so tall, you're so light. You at this level of play, when everyone is just so good at pushing advantage state or just on their confirms for KOs or damage. It's really hard for Sephiroth to get that wing time at this level.
You got to go Diddy now. I mean,
It's
now
hard. This guy you got to.
You're in must-win territory. The Seph has absolutely just not been the factor you're hoping it would be, especially game number 2. Kind of had the reverse effect of what we were anticipating. So right now, I mean, even though it's going to be a harder matchup, yeah, you got to go with, has brought you to the dance for the most part. I see.
The people are happy for the. The people are happy for the Diddy right now.
They wanted the Diddy call, man. Tweek's going to give it to him. And really, even though he's down 2 games here, it only takes one to really get something started, right? Just kind of give yourself some renewed confidence and get your head back in the game.
Yeah, man. I mean, Gluto, I'm sure the French Dimension is always live here, too. So I know he's got the fans at home. He's got a couple fans here. But he handled that set quite well in that second game. So there really was no other option here but to go for at least another character. If he pulled the Wario, it's always ready, bro. If he pulled that, I would have been like, all right, cool. But the Diddy is normally what we were expecting to see, and that's exactly what we're getting. So 51% though to 0 so far. He has not been able to land a hit on to Gluto, and this is exactly what you're probably talking about, Charles. He's just so elusive. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you chase this man down when he can just always weave in and out of your banana range and then come right back in before you can pull the next one?
Yeah, when you're going up against a character that's heavy, going to be airborne a lot, you're not getting a lot of situations where you're going to get these punishes that you're usually looking for in these openers for Diddy.
It's still possible. Don't get me wrong. It's still possible, but I will say Gluto is playing so well this tournament, and it's we saw it yesterday. It's transferred here to the final day as well. Tweek has only been able to get 11% here, needs some kind of answer, but even with the banana in hand, I mean, Gluto's the one that feels like he's got it in his hand most of the time anyway.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Finally getting some type of damage going for him, but it's still, I mean, we are 100% away from each other in this game. 120 already missing on the clock, and there goes a stock 2 as well. Gluto playing out of his mind right now.
Tweek really trying to get something started with that nair, but Gluto just kind of having it scouted out like, okay, man, I'm going to have the perfect countermeasures for that, and that back air was certainly it. So now Tweek yet again, like, has been the trend for the entirety of this set thus far, having to play from behind. And boys, I'm not sure his first Genesis top 8 looking like it could be a short-lived one.
Yeah, man.
Hey, at least he made it, bro.
Yeah.
I'll give it that, bro. Well, at least he made it. True. I just didn't know how far he was going to make it when you got the challenger like this, Gluto playing on a totally different level, which I'm actually kind of happy to see now. From also knowing Gluto for a while, one of the things he'd always talked about, like, his hands get fatigued as well.
Right.
I ain't see that man playing too many friendlies this time.
I
think he wants to win. I think he wants to win.
Hoisted by his own
him to the beans? Wait a minute.
Dang, what a mix.
Oh, that was definitely a mix.
Go on, man. The doctor ain't prescribed that. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
Wow, the Z drop out of shield there, Gluto going right into the waft. I mean, that's going to be quite the optimal punish there when it comes to a banana slip. Right now, Tweek trying so hard to get this KO, this stock off stage, trying relentlessly with the banana, with these forwarders, but Gluto just using the side V, all those other options, and I mean, just the air mobility as well. Gluto able to get back on stage. Finally, a banana slip into the down smash. Caught Wario on the ground at last.
Finally. Man, I need
too many options you get to do that.
You really don't.
Had to run with it. So, hold up. Speaking of options,
I mean, that's nice. We've seen him string together some huge confirms to make up a lot of damage in the past. I mean, there's plenty of time. There's no need to rush.
You said it's nice. Like, you felt disappointed. It was only 50. Like, I mean, that's cool. Like, yes. Like, dang.
Some slight.
He's able to fight his way back in here. Tweek, another situation where he's fighting from adversity, bro. I don't know. This man just wants to be oppressed so bad.
That's true, man.
Like,
it's not as great as it seems.
It's not good at all. Help.
All right, but Tweek definitely fighting his way back in here, 29%, and he's got good damage here on. All right, not enough yet.
Yeah. Imagine.
Like, just from the platform, that would have been the most opportune. If he was on the side platform, definitely took stock.
That would have been
so close, man. He needs that dimensional shift right now, man. He needs to get out of there. He's so close to the point. If he's able to find this kill, only 29%, not a big deal, honestly.
I love how Tweek is taking a little bit more risk with some of these preemptive full hop fairs as well, trying to give Gluto a little fear for positioning with full hop and stuff like that. So has caught up with the jab lock into the forward.
Oh my God.
Wow. Duff.
39. He hit the ground at 39 and then got jab lock death.
Yeah, and that is a very, very hard confirm to do. If you think back on the very last patch, Wario's jab got buffed, and because of that, it is I believe, a frame 1 or 2 window. You can actually get a jab lock in the forward smash. Gluto bringing it out here for Genesis to close out the set, and you're on Town and City. Diddy's really light. Amazing play from Gluto.
It's the recognition too, right? Like as you said, like just getting that confirmed. I mean, he's right there. 78 after the hit to close things out. We're kind of thinking about, oh, WAF could end up being a factor. Tweek ends up taking the stock regardless, right? Or gets en route to take the stock. No, bro, Gluto's just like, I'm just going to close it out right now.
Yeah, and that's
that
one of the
nuts.
scary situations, right? Because usually at 39%, you're not thinking of, oh, I missed a tech, oh, I'm dead, right? That doesn't happen in many cases. And funny enough, I saw Gluto through the course of this tournament. He has been trying to get these jab blocks into a forward smash.
It's hard.
Well, yeah, it was very hard, and he was not hitting them.